Hi, everyone. I'm Emily Coker, and I support the team across the international community. So, similar to Sarah and to Mary, I support everything, all of the people from Ireland round to New Zealand, focusing on human resources or the people business partner in the sales community. Some of these pictures just really show some of my passions because it's really important to me that I love what I do all of the time. And one of my biggest passions is sport, either playing or watching. So this was a tennis game that I went to see last summer and had a wonderful time. But I love to try any sport and all sports of any sort. Give me a racket, a bat, or I'll put on my trainers, I'll give it a go. I love travel as well. So the next two pictures, one of them's down in a place called Muddyford on the south coast, and I took that photo not realizing quite how much like it was the Ready Brek advert with the glow with the sun going down behind. But we were on a paddleboard that evening, enjoying ourselves as a family. And this next one, it actually looks like somewhere in Italy, but it's not. It's in Vegas. It's the Fountain of the Gods, and it's a replica inside. It just looked so phenomenal to me. It looked real on the outside, something you'd turn around a corner in Rome and you'd see, but no, it's not. It's in the US. And then the last picture on the right-hand side, this is between Nice and Monaco on the coast. And I love my garden. And this beautiful house was right on the coast with the bougainvillea. So I took a picture as I'd like to keep memories. But as you can probably tell, I have a real passion for people, and these last two pictures are things that I've done more recently at Ciena. So one of them is I spend a lot of time with the early and career team at Ciena, helping them grow and excel their skills to pursue their passions. And this particular one, where you can see them all stood in a row, we're at a communications workshop, learning how the importance of our performance in communications. It's not just what you say, it's how you say it and how you deliver the message gives the greatest impact. And we were doing some improvisation with a ball. You can see it's a globe that they're holding and they're having to pass it along, making it, trying to give the message that it was really heavy or light, depending upon the emotion that they wanted to create. And then very lastly, we get together once a year as a team and do things to give back to our communities. And this was a very, very early morning 5K run that we did. I think it was 6 a.m. or something like that. So we got up and ran. So that's a little bit about my passions and the things that I enjoy. How did I get to, or what was the path that I followed in my career? So when I was at school, I was really inspired by my PE teacher and thought I want to follow in her footsteps. So I went to university and studied geography and sports science, thinking that geography would be my second subject and I'd be a PE teacher. And I realized at the end of that 3 year course that I would have to teach children who hated sport. And it really struck a chord. My father just said to me, "Well, what is it that you like?" And I said, "It's the people." And he said, "Personnel's for you." It's the end of the conversation. And I went off to do a master's in business administration and HR at Aston Business School to really learn the craft of what is HR and give me the foundations to start a career supporting people. So when I was doing my master's, I had to write a dissertation and I had no industry experience of working in an HR profession. So I went and volunteered at Champneys Health Farm in their HR department. And it was really enjoyable because I was able to pursue my kind of interests around health and sport, but work in the personnel department. I spent 4 months doing that voluntary work full time, but I knew it was invaluable. Even though I wasn't getting paid, it gave me a lot of insight to start to be able to have a conversation at an interview of why I wanted a job in HR. And through that, I made some friends, and one of them was working at Nortel in telecoms. And she said, "I've got a referral program. Come and work for us, and I'll get a referral bonus." And that's how I got into telecom. So it was never a chosen career path, but I've always been interested in technology, but interested in the sense of how can it help us us as individuals, as our community, to society, as opposed to the nuts and bolts of the physics side of things. Um, So I started in HR in the graduate recruitment department, doing the administration and scheduling of interviews and assessment centers. And since then, I've done a variety of different HR roles. So I've spent time doing country HR. I've spent doing time in Germany on assignments. I spent time in Italy doing assignments. A big chunk of time looking at mergers and acquisitions, nearly for about 10 years, at when companies buy and sell parts of their business and the people that are associated to the sale. And then more recently, doing business partner work, which is the job that I've got today. So, what do I love most about my role or my career? As you can tell, it's working with people and deeply understanding what the business strategy is and how we as people can contribute to that, and how we're the greatest assets to an organization. It's the talents and the strengths that we bring and the impact that we can have on business success and creating high performing teams. So, what advice would I give to someone starting their career? There's a few things that, when I was thinking about this, that really struck me. Innovation and change are a real constant, and we heard Craig mention it too. So it's always there. And I say this in two ways. It's always there. So if there's some change that doesn't feel so comfortable when you're going through it, don't worry too much, because it's going to change again in the near term. So don't dwell and resist it. Just embrace it, because something new is around the corner too. Be really brave and curious and get comfortable feeling uncomfortable. Sometimes when you're doing the things that you feel so out of your comfort zone or you feel so out of control, it's when you're actually learning the most. And afterwards, you'll reflect and think, wow, what have I achieved? You accomplished so much and you've learned so much from that experience that you can take on in your career, but also share with others so they gain the benefit of the experience that you've learned. Have a strong support structure around you. There are times when your friends, your family, your colleagues will boost you up, they'll give you courage, and they'll help you when you need a bit of advice. Make sure that they're there for you, whatever the weather, they'll be there for you and to support you. And then, lastly, and I think really importantly, kindness in everything that you do is really, really valuable. And it's something that really, I think, to me, means so much, to be kind to everyone that you work alongside and how you collaborate, because you can help one another achieve so much together as opposed to going alone individually. And sometimes I use the phrase, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So with that, I will close. I know we've got